Hello. So it is currently 12:45 and I spent all morning trying to come up with something to film today. I was going to do it on Sunday, couldn't think of anything, and I thought it's fine, something will come to me, and here I am, and it hasn't. And I looked at my desk, and I don't know if you remember when I made this in the last video, I pulled these 3 stamps off a sheet of stamp paper, and I thought, right, okay, they're just here. I'm going to use them, and we know how hard it is to make this kind of stamp edge. So let's turn these fairly ugly stamps, I think they are, into some more decorative stamps that we can pop into our journals. That's what I've come up with. Now I've got a whole heap of bits and pieces that are already on my desk in my little pots. So we've got these little bits, we've got photographs, we've got bits from freebies. I think we can come up with something. Hopefully we can. And we've got some number stickers here. Let's see what we've got in some tins. Let's grab a couple of book pages. We're going to do something very simple. So I'm just going to put these little die cuts aside that I've found. So I've got a couple of... So what I've done is I've just gone through my tins and pulled out a couple of little fussy cuts. These are labels that I've printed onto the sticker paper. I think these are from one of the kits from Kerry Fellows, whose Witchcraft Do You Do? So I'm going to take one of my little pieces of book page and I'm just going to tear with my tear ruler. You can tear with a straight ruler, doesn't matter. I'm going to just try and line up so I've got roughly the size of the inside of that stamp. So let's have a look. That's not a bad fit. So let's take off the straight edge like that. And I'm just going to put that little bit over that square part of the stamp. I mean, any ugly stamps you could do this with. Get rid of that. And then instantly we have that stamp edge without the actual stamp. And we're just going to put these together like little clusters, I think. So we've now got a little bit to cover up on these stamps, and I think just straight away the book page is going to make a huge difference. So I'm going to grab my walnut stain ink and my blending brush. I'm going to give these an ink. I don't think I'm going to ink the stamp edge. I think I want to make one of these flowery, so I might find some flowers. I've got a few different tins because what I think would be fun is if we tried to make I can't pick that up. I think what we should do is try and make 3 very different style pieces. So what I want to do is I definitely want to add I kind of want to add RB and some black tape, I think, on one of them. This is Postal. So I've got a few little bits there relating to postal theme. And then in here, right, so I've got a few little bits here. This one is from my boho, and I'm not sure what kit that is, but I will link it down below. This is definitely Fussy Cuts. This is from Kerry's kit. These are from Postal kits, and I think I'm going to work on this postal themed one first. So I have pulled out a few little bits, got my glue, I've got my ink. So let's see what we can come up with, and I quite like maybe to use one of these possibly a number. I don't know, it depends, because these are clear, so they do need something to go onto. Now, glue down this little piece of book page onto my stamp. So just add that, and I think we're gonna, I want a little bit of the blue showing. So now I have to decide. I actually want this face on there, I think. So I'm going to cut this guy out. Right, I'm just going to cut around this because I want this a little bit smaller. So I've got this little file sticker, and I'm going to put that on the edge of this. I didn't put that on very straight at all. Right, so that's going to have to stay a little bit on the let me just try and trim that down. Let's pop a little bit of ink around here. Put that down there. So I've got this little arrow. Again, it comes from my Despatch kit. I think. Yes, I think we should put that on. So I'm going to add my glue to the back of this and just glue this into place. I'm going to aim for fairly close to the top left hand corner of that. So this can go here. And do I want any more text? No, I think I'm going to leave that. But what I do want to do is add a little split pin here, and I do need tiny ones. So I have a teeny tiny split pin here. I'm going to put a hole in that, put that through, open that split pin up like that. Just give that a little squeeze, make sure that's as flat as I can get it. Add my glue. And just hold that in place for a moment. So that is our stamp number 1. We could still add some splatters to that. I think it could do with a few little splatters, but that's first one. And let's do the B one next, because I think this will be quite cute. I'm going to glue this piece down. And I'm going to just, we probably won't get a lot of the green showing on this one, but that's okay. I'm just trying to check out which one of these I'm going to use. Right, I'm going to cut a little bit off there to about 12, I think. Glue this in place. Should I add a little bit of ink? I think I might have to. I think otherwise it's going to be a little bit too white. I think that's enough. Just a little bit around the edge. Add him to my stamp. I'm going to try and trim it down. Might be a little bit too much with these big scissors. Right, just ink this again. And then I'm going to glue this at the top corner. And we'll glue this there. So that's our ugly stamp turn good number 2. Right, so quite like this layout, although I'm not sure whether to use the bird or the butterfly. I've decided against the number 12, so we're going to pop those back in there. I think we're going to go for the butterfly because the bird is fairly black and white, and we might end up with something similar to the last one. But under here I do want to put some cheesecloth this time. So this is just in my little scrap, just scrap bits here. I think the best thing to do is to glue it down and then cut off any excess. So I'm just going to kind of put the glue in the middle because that's where my little piece of book page is going to go. Put that down. Right, now I'll take my scissors and just trim it now it's glued down. Not with those scissors. Not with those scissors you won't, because they're a bit pants. And cut around. And this is a super easy project. So it's quite something I don't need to think about because clearly I haven't got my thinking brain on today, or I haven't got my thinking head on. I'm like Wurzel Gummidge. Okay, I don't suppose many of you actually know who Wurzel Gummidge is. I'm showing my age. Glue the back of this. If you did watch Wurzel Gummidge when you were little, my brother used to watch it pretty much behind the sofa because it used to scare him. Sorry, Andrew, but he was a little bit scared of Wurzel Gummidge. And at the end, I always used to try and guess whether he was going to fall backwards or forwards. So I'm going to put that there. Might actually put them at a bit of a jaunty angle. I'll have a little think. Yes, I'm going to put it like that. So just a little bit of glue, and that doesn't get any easier than this, does it? 3 ugly postage stamps into 3 pretty pieces of usable ephemera. There we go, look at that. So I've got lots of little pieces to put away. So after spending 5 hours trying to come up with a project, I just used the ugly postage stamps that were on my desk. So you could do so much with these. You could add them to a journal page, you could add them to a tag, you could add them to an envelope. But I think you'll agree, they do look much, much nicer now than they did before. So I know I'm not trying to sell my digitals, but the kits I have used I will add down below. But you can use your fussy cuts, you can use your scrapbooking paper, book pages, you can use your stamps. They don't have to have a digital on them to look stunning. I'm just using what's to hand today. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I will see you really soon.